Ladies and gentlemen, I extend my warm welcome to all the invited guests, Professor Rakesh, Khurana, Professor Tapasdev, members of the faculty, and students who are participating in this seminar. I am also thankful to the management of Mary Group of institutions who have provided us all infrastructure facilities to organize this seminar. The students will be benefited by the expert views given by various speakers. As far as the topic of international seminar is concerned, it is very relevant in the present context. This topic of restorative justice is a new concept as far as our Indian criminal system is concerned. Being the student of law, you must be knowing that law plays an important role in the society. Law is applied in the society to maintain law and order. If there will be no law and order, there will be survival of the fittest. डार्विन का प्रिंसिपल है वो अप्लाई होगा. Weaker and the poorer will not be able to survive in the society. So law is required. For peaceful settlement of various conflict, there is a requirement of law. For enforcement of legal right and to provide justice, law is required. Law is also required to punish the person who commit the crimes. There are various theories of punishment: retributive theory of punishment, compensatory theory of punishment, reformist theories of punishment. बहुत सी punishment की जो theory हैं, there are various kinds of punishment. Punishment may be in the form of imprisonment. The offender who commits the crime may be sentenced to imprisonment according to legal provisions. The offender may be given an opportunity to reform himself by release on probation. Offender may also be compelled to pay compensation to the victims. But law also recognizes that punishment is not necessary in every crime. If the victim and the offender are willing to sort out their differences, they are ready to bribe the hatchet, so then they should be given an opportunity for settlement, peaceful settlement, so that there may be peace and tranquility in the society. No society can make progress unless and until there is a peace and order in the society. This concept or this system of this seminar is based upon this concept. इस concept के ऊपर ये base है. As far as restorative justice is concerned, जैसे कि word indicate कर रहा है, justice is to be restored to the victim, to the offender, as well as to the society. क्योंकि there is a presumption when crime is committed, the victim is definitely affected. In addition to victim, the offender is also affected in some another way, and society is also affected. If the rate of the crime is going to increase in the society, everybody will feel panicky. So according to this system, it is the duty of the society to have a soothing effect upon all the affected party. So this is the concept upon which this restorative justice is based, and how mediation law can play an important role in such type of the matter. That is a matter to ponder over. Mediation as a technique has played a very important role in the settlement of civil matters. So whether mediation or a neutral mediator can be effective as far as the settlement of the criminal cases is concerned, this is a important question to ponder over. So in this particular system, there is a focus on rehabilitation of offender as well as restoration and curing. Meeting is arranged between the victim and the offender. Victim get a proper chance to ask question from the offender, and offender also get an opportunity to acknowledge his fault. The main idea is to soothe the injured feelings, hostile feelings of both the parties, so that both the party may live a dignified life in future. The offender is also given a chance to improve himself. So restorative justice is based upon three principles. First principle is repair. Parties are given opportunity to repair damage which has been caused by the commission of the crime. Second principle is encounter. Both the parties are subject to a number of interviews by the experts. Victim has also an opportunity to ask questions from the offender. And third, transformation. When amicable settlement is reached between the parties, so then the offender is naturally transformed into a civilized person, so that he may be able to lead an honorable life in future. So in this particular system, meeting is arranged in which a neutral mediator plays a very important and effective role. So it is meant for peaceful expression of conflict and restoration of person in question. So there are basic four objects of this system: peaceful expression of conflict and restoration of person in question. Second is promoting tolerance among the different persons who are affected by commission of the crime. And third is building respect for diversity. And fourth is promoting good social practices and rebuilding of harm. So these are the four concerns upon which this restorative justice is based. उन्हीं के ऊपर ये जो है बेस है, क्योंकि ये माना जाता है कि when crime is committed, तो then there is injury to the feelings of the victim as well as the offender. So efforts must be made to heal the injured feelings of both the parties. So as I have already told, this mediation is playing an important role in civil matters. But how it can play an important role in criminal matters, particularly when the offences committed are of serious nature. So this is an important point for consideration, and whether the Indian conditions suit to such type of the system, that is also an important question. Unless and until there is community participation, no system can be successful, and there is also need to protect the right of the affected parties. So how the right of the affected parties can be protected, that is also an important problem for consideration. In various countries, restorative justice is being adopted through victim offender conciliation, etc. But this is a new concept as far as our criminal justice system is concerned. I am a layman as far as this concept is concerned. I will also be definitely benefited by the views expressed by various experts. Again, I welcome all the outside experts who have spared their valuable time to enlighten us upon this new concept. Thank you.
Good morning, friends. I only know these terms. I know the mediation exercises have been going on in the civil area. Not very successful, as Dr. Preet Singh said, but not to lose heart. It has only to improve, because that is better way. The other way, for family matters and so on, is very long time consuming, etc. In the international field, we have noticed wherever the conflicts are there, whether it's Palestinian-Israel conflict, Ukraine-Russia conflict. These are the conflicts in African countries, Sudan, Somalia, part of Yemen now, Houthis, that in the end, the wars have to end. In the end, sooner or later, hopefully sooner, the Palestinian war, which has been going on for about 100 years, also has to end. And the process of restorative justice, as I understand as a common person, has to begin. Otherwise, how do you take care of the damage which has been done in Ukraine? One estimate is $750 billion. That's for the World Bank. Varies between $500 million to $1 trillion. That was in September last. must have added another 250 billion or something like that. Ukraine's GDP is down by 22%. Russia's by 2%. How will you ever recover that GDP loss? A million or so persons are wounded and dead, and few million persons, young persons primarily, have left to work in other places in Europe. So also for Russia. How are you going to recover this population of 20 million or so when you lose 4 or 5 million youthful energy? And then the civil infrastructure has to be restored, their lives have to be restored. Now just imagine, these are mostly young men who die. What happens to the young women who don't die? Where do they find a husband? Go to other countries? Not possible. And this is itself creating so much of a problem when, let's say, people from Somalia will go to Europe and not being able to integrate. So there are many aspects to it. I am not an expert. I am a layperson. As I study these conflicts as a hobby, actually, as a professional hobby, I find that while these wars are going on, also, that one should be simultaneously thinking of what happens after the war and create positions and situations. Because war is a conflict, and then conflict has to be unwound. Why it should not work in India, I am not sure, because any new system takes time to understand, to explain, and so on. I know in family matters, more and more people would like to resort to mediation. And mediation itself is a specialty. It requires understanding not just of law, but of psychology, sociology, and a number of other fields. There is mediation in the corporate world. I recall my friend and classmate, Kamal, who was at that time the MD or chairman, I know, don't remember, of ICICI, became the mediator between the two Adani brothers. Adani or Advani? Ambani. They all start with A, they all stop with Ni. The Reliance people, yes. And the job got done to the satisfaction of one or the other party or not, but the mother was with the eldest son, so she tilted the scale, which may not have happened in court. But if they would have gone to court, the whole empire would have got destroyed. So mediation as a role, there are many examples like this. And in the industrial families, at least, I think in the end, we end up for mediation rather than court proceedings. But I am here to basically learn, rather to instruct or teach, share something. And it's my pleasure that I can call it a feast, actually, feast of knowledge here. These are people. Mr. Aditya Mathur, I will not go into details, their biodatas will be here. Ms. Ojavista, I hope I pronounced the name right. They are all experienced in mediation matters, kind I have not seen before, frankly speaking. Mr. Mishra, the Associate Dean of Jindal Global Law School, a law school which has, in a very short period of time, acquired a position not only in India but internationally, and he is leading that school. Then we have Mr. Param Bhamra, then our friend whose correct pronunciation also I asked for, Mr. Pascal Convolius, right? Right. Otherwise, I'll now recall it when I talk to my colleagues here, that ever cheerful person, you know. We are happy, as I said, I'm not going into the great details because they're all very, very competent, very, very knowledgeable people. And I would rather that we spend time listening to them. They would tell us the format. I think the format is brief remarks first by them. Or you will tell that. You tell that. And then we'll have panel discussion, open, so on. I might share that we started an activity of e-learning a few months ago, and we have developed 100 programs. And it was only yesterday that the first program of the PLI got done, which Stuti did on contracts. I asked her whether we can take permission of our distinguished speakers that later on we can edit and make your e-programs out of e-learning programs out of your deliberation, because such an opportunity we may not get soon enough. We will be happy to say. We have now been doing it for the other international seminars also. We have IT, national policy in education, etc. With these words, as I say, maybe I don't qualify to inaugurate this program. I say, can we proceed further? Thank you very much.